Well, Councillor Sutherland had just mentioned that he hopes that many wannabe councillors are watching. And if they are, and are asking the question, what do councillors do? Well, Councillor Keats, look at his record, look at his career, because he has shown us all how to do it oh so well. That's it, bye. No. What can one say about Shane Keating, other than he is a freight train of ideas? When I first met him at a golf tournament in the run-up to the 2010 election, he was training to be an alderman. In his first term, he railed on about how we need to operate like a business, but behave like a service organization. He continues this express line of thought throughout his time at City Hall. In his second term, he managed to, wait, I've broken my train of thought. Oh, right. In his second term, he managed to railroad council into agreeing to look into building the largest public infrastructure in the history of Alberta. He continued down these tracks until both the provincial and federal governments had bought tickets and gotten all aboard his Green Line. Although his accomplishments over these 3 terms are too numerous to track, I can tell you that in many ways, he has been the conscience of council. He rarely lost steam from being that constant voice of reason. Here we are at the end of the line for his political train route, and the Green Line is nailed down. I like to think that in many ways, Shane Keating drove the last spike into the concept of the Green Line that cemented it into the heart of Calgary's transit future. Councillor Keating will, in my heart, always be known as the little engine that could, well, medium engine. Shane, my colleague, my friend, my confidant, you will be missed in this room by many, many Calgarians. But most importantly, by me.
Interesting enough, the first thing I wrote in my response is this. I've seen a change in myself over the past 11 years, and I find the older I get, the more emotional I get. So if I happen to get emotional, it's because I'm old. It's not because I'm going to miss any of you. So let's go forward with that thought, Councillor Demong. I will start my response the same way I started in 2010. I am here to learn. I can honestly say that whatever I am doing, if I left it better than when I came, it's a great day. Damn, I'm old. But today is a very great day, and I hope that everyone who holds this position gives it their all to make life better every day for everyone. I truly believe I've gained more than I gave, which after 11 years includes numerous amounts of experiences, knowledge gained, insights, and above all, many, many friends, not just acquaintances. I want to thank all members of council, present and past, their staff, and especially the staff of Ward 12. And I can go back to Jason Letourneau, Megan, Jordan Pinkster, Shannon, and Vincent, Kevin, and many others who the city ended up robbing from my office because I hired nothing but great individuals. I want to thank the business units, administration teams, civic partners, businesses, community associations, and above all, residents. And everyone else for the time spent together, exchange ideas, create paths forward, and sometimes simply to have a fantastic visit. I will remember discussions, debates, disagreements, and most of all, the times we came together on many topics to create a better community. There are so many cherished moments I will take with me and stories I will retell over the next number of years. While the rest of the council are great, however, one never forgets their first cohort. In 2010, I joined City Council with Councillors Carraw, Demong, Mayor Nenshi, Putmans, McLeod. Everybody likes a six-pack, and that we were. Next term, there will only be a two-pack, and I'll ask you to lead onward and continue the great work that you have started and you have continued to do. It was great sitting beside Cleopatra Gondik, both in Planning Commission and on Council, as I called her, as we had a great relationship of going back and forth. It was great being office neighbors with Councillor Davison. It was great having fantastic discussions and mentorship in both directions with Councillor Chahal. And it's great still having Councillor Sutherland trying to get me to see things his way. But let's not forget Councillor Jones, because he's still here with us as he was in the past. As we are a team, Councillors Farkas, Chu, and Maglioka, because that's the way we should be, a team. It was also great to tag team many aspects of the Green Line with Councillor Woolley and to learn so much from longtime colleagues who are here to teach us and will continue, Councillors Farrell and Collier-Hart. And if I missed, I think I got everybody. So that's good. I want to make sure of it. As with all the great joys of my time here, one must also mention great disappointments. When members criticized me, members of the public, criticized my time away from Calgary during family illness, the disdain of social media and some public mentality, and then to be questioned by admin over it. However, it was the members of council and the members of the media, and we have to make sure that they are here because they are the ones who actually tell our story in an appropriate way, who came to my aid in shining a light on the disrespectful nature and the unethical trolls that we sometimes have to put up with. It was the silence of council members connected to those individuals that was telling as well. I say this as there needs to be a change in the discourse and interactions of the public with council members. And it is time I made up for it with my wife, children, and grandchildren for the time missed. And I hope that that will be many, many years to come. I think it's fitting to finish the remaining time using someone else's words because I truly believe it's through our interactions with others of how we learn to be better. And I also believe it's with others how we can evaluate our growth as well as our journey through every stage of our lives. What I'm about to read is part of a 3-page handwritten letter from a developer, which in my view really hits the mark. Thank you for all your support on this project. It's been a long road to get to where we did, and it will be nice to move to the next stage. As with all things that challenge us, they provide us with the opportunities to learn and get better at what we do. This plan was no exception. We knew we had to put our best foot forward on the quality of the plan, and I am very happy with what we were able to present to council. We learned the importance of balancing individuals and stakeholder wishes as we moved through the complex levels of approvals. We became much more understanding about how the costs of new development impact the city. We learned never to take anything for granted. We likely also learned lessons we don't know yet and hopefully we can put these into work for us in the future years as we continue to build a city in a positive, cooperative manner. I also think the city gained by learning from the process that we all went through, evidenced by some positive changes and productive conciliations coming out of administration recently. Aside from sleepless nights, long delays, big planning bills, and way too many meetings, I feel we are all better off because of this plan and associated conversations about growth that accompanied it. And that, I think, is what council is all about. Thank you.